Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what we celebrate on July 4th. And for many in rural Alaska, that means living the subsistence lifestyle. But on the Kuskokwim River, that's been harder to do this summer due to a ban on fishing for king salmon. Well, tonight, KTVA 11's Rhonda McBride joins us for the final part of her series, Season of Sacrifice. Rhonda.
Well, Joe, it's been a touch-and-go summer with people mourning the loss of the kings or Chinooks while waiting to fish for some other species of salmon. The big worry, would the timing of the king run keep their nets out of the water? Would the restrictions lift in time to put up food for winter? Throughout our series, photographer Jacob Curtis and I have brought you the ups and downs of a roller coaster season.
I mean, it's totally devoid of life, and it's normally just bustling. With indications like what we're seeing here, it's pretty scary. This
was the day before fishery managers finally lifted gear restrictions, which cost people weeks of valuable fishing time. Tim Andrew also took us out the next day to witness the transformation. Although barges bring food and other goods, the river is the real grocery store. And you might say everyone here is filling up their pantry. After fears of famine, finally, food for winter. In the Yupik language, that means be thankful. Even though there's a lot of hard work ahead. So much fish.
26. 28. I'm very happy. Thank our Creator God for fish.
The word for fish and food are one and the same in the Yupik language. Food for the body. Food for the soul. And food to carry on the culture.
From our generation to generation, ancestors, that's what they've been doing for a long time. It's passed to us. And I'm trying to pass it to my grandchildren too.
A big part of that tradition is sharing. Although these are not the prize kings Marie Larson normally shares with widows and others in need, she's grateful fishing restrictions were lifted in time to put up these reds and chums.
At first I was worried. I kept talking. And my husband told me, just hope that we'll get enough fish, and we did.
Marie Larson's husband, Chris, is the tribal chief of Napaskiak, one of the leaders who asked federal fishery managers to make an exception to the ban on kings. And they did, a very small one. Napaskiak was one of 32 communities to split an allocation of only 1,000 kings based on population. Napaskiak has 500 people, with most households averaging a catch of 50 kings. For 500 people, how many fish?
38.
That's not a lot of fish.
No.
So how did Napaskiak split 38 fish? First, a community meeting.
And then we decided we must give some fish to the elders first, and the people that cannot fish.
In this season of sacrifice, more than 65,000 Chinooks made it to their spawning grounds. The problems are likely out in the ocean. But the burden of conservation falls on the people here, and without their help, the Chinooks might disappear forever.
There should be an incredible amount of gratitude for the sacrifices people have made to this date on the Chinook salmon.
Tim Andrew says that there should also be a national debt of gratitude because the fish also migrate through federal waters.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
The pursuit of happiness here means having enough to share.
We're okay now.
And by doing their part, people in fish camps just like these continue to share what is both a state and national treasure. Now, since people really weren't catching those big Chinooks, we couldn't show you how much more fish there is in a king compared to a chum or a red. So we asked people on Facebook to share some of their photos of kings caught in years past. This one is from Harry Jackson in Queethlook. And then here's another one from Dave Cannon in Aniak, taken at a fish counting where look at the size of that. And fishery managers hope that this season of sacrifice will keep these big beautiful fish coming back. And Joe, I just want to thank all those people who did send me their photos. It's really interesting to see them.
Yeah, the whole series is quite interesting. Thanks for bringing it to us. Appreciate that, Rhonda.